What's going on, guys? It's Jimmy here. Welcome to our daily show where we discuss the fourth stimulus package update, stimulus check update, daily news, everything going on here in our country, in Washington, D.C., and with our economy, money, investing, the stock market, everything you need to know about on a daily basis. If you're new to our YouTube channel, make sure to subscribe down below. It's completely free to do so. New videos come out here every day at 10 a.m., 3 p.m., and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And if you find these videos helpful, don't forget to hit the like button for us down below. It really helps out our channel. We got a lot to talk about here as Congress is back in session. The House and the Senate are back from their New Year's break. And, well, there's a lot going on here as Congress has a lot to do here, a lot on their plate. And the New Year's is off to a shaky start here. You can see here there was another 2,800 flight cancellations here on Monday. Yeah, and there was a major winter storm here today as well, as this caused more than 750,000 people to lose power here in the South and Mid-Atlantic here today. Yeah, more than 750,000 people were without power on Monday as a winter storm battered the South and Mid-Atlantic. Roughly 757,000 people in Maryland, Virginia, Georgia, and Tennessee, and the Carolinas did not have power as of 3:45 p.m. Eastern Time on Monday, according to Power Outage US. Virginia recorded 444,000 outages on Monday, the highest number in the country. North Carolina had more than 110,000 people with outages. This winter storm caused between 6 and 12 inches of snow in some areas of these states. Wow. My thoughts and prayers go out to anybody dealing with this. Let me know down below in the comments. Let our fellow family members here, our YouTube family, our YouTube community here, let us know if you're dealing with this. If you have any friends or family in the wake of this storm, let us know how bad it is in the comments. Wow, sounds like it was a doozy. 12 inches of snow in the course of less than a day. That's a lot in a quick amount of time. Yeah, I didn't really get any snow here in Ohio. Just a few flakes. It was just a few drops. Um, so yeah, let me know how you're doing there. Meanwhile, virus infections are spiking in the U.S. Capitol as lawmakers return. This could get interesting. Virus infections in the U.S. Capitol have skyrocketed, with the 7-day average positivity rate rising from less than 1% to greater than 13%. Wow. So greater than 13% of all people in Washington, D.C. are positive with the virus right now. That's astounding. According to a memo sent to lawmakers Monday from Capitol physician Brian Mohanan. According to Mohanan, the daily cases rate will increase even more substantially in the coming weeks. Dozens of infections are discovered daily, and the cases represent both a rising rate of breakthrough infections, people that are already vaccinated, among mostly vaccinated individuals, as well as cases in several unvaccinated individuals. Mohanan wrote, the most common risk of acquiring infection is the individual's activity outside the workplace, such as attendance at receptions, entertainment venues, celebrations, family gatherings, travel, and crowded indoor situations. Meanwhile, new cases here in the U.S. still near record all-time highs. Remember, the record all-time high was 300,000 new cases on January 8th of 2021. Yesterday was 286,000 cases, people testing positive. This does not count people that get an at-home test, because those do not get reported to the government or to hospitals. They just don't get reported. I wouldn't be surprised if this is actually a low number because of January 1st, the New Year's Day, a lot of places, a lot of hospitals, a lot of just places being closed, and New Year's gatherings, a lot of people gathering. I wouldn't be surprised if it goes a lot higher. On January 1st, it was 161,000. Again, I expect that those numbers are low because of the holiday. The day before that, we had 585,000 new cases on December 30th, and on December 29th, 489,000 new cases. Whew, those are doozies. And on December 28th, 380,000 new cases. So, yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens here in the next few days. The big news here on the street within the last 24 hours is Senator Joe Manchin is back in a good and bad way. Kind of feels like that's Senator Joe Manchin's kind of repertoire. Maybe is that the right word to use there? Repertoire? Yeah, kind of. He's back negotiating with the Democrats. A lot of people had kind of been speculating there that his quote no on the Build Back Better package wasn't really a no. And a lot of people had kind of been speculating that he was just negotiating through the public, and that was his kind of way of trying to get what he wants. And now he's back negotiating again, which means it wasn't a no. He was just negotiating. And he's back negotiating. He's been talking with President Biden for several days throughout the past week or so since Christmas and New Year's and such. And he's now negotiating again. And there's a couple different headlines going around here. So, number one, Joe Manchin will consider supporting President Biden's agenda if the monthly child tax credits get an income limit and possibly a work requirement, or all are removed altogether. The other idea is that they remove it from the Build Back Better package and do a bipartisan bill with the Republicans, which have a similar idea as well, pass it, but put an income limit on them, which would be the floating idea right now is $60,000 or $60,000 for a family, which would be two people. That could be raised. It's very, very low for two people. We'll have to see how that goes. I don't know. I'll have to keep you updated on that. It's. I would assume that would be raised because that's very, very low. $30,000 each per person. Very, very low in today's society. But we'll have to see. I will keep you up to date on this. There's multiple different ways they could go here, possibly even through executive order. But Joe Manchin is back, and they are negotiating with him, and they can pass it with him, apparently. So this is what I probably thought all along here. And question is, what can they pass with him? What could they pass through executive orders? And what can they pass with Republicans as well as other stimulus packages as well? We know that there are both Republicans and Democrats calling on Congress to pass more COVID relief help, more stimulus packages, more stimulus checks because of how bad the virus is right now. It's basically at an all-time high. The 7-day average is actually over 300,000 cases per day, which used to be the all-time high on a one-day level. So, yeah, it's really bad. Here is Democratic House Representative Liu on President Biden's approval rating, what's going to happen with that, and whether or not the Build Back Better package would pass if the Senate passes it and sends it over to the House. A couple different things here. Check this out.
Well, when you look at history, the only time a president's party has not lost seats in the House is when his approval rating has been above 60%. At this point in time, and we're still very early in 2022, President Biden's approval rating is hovering in the mid to low 40s. So how concerned are you about that, and how do you turn it around?
I would be concerned if we were in October right now, but we're not. We're at the beginning of the year. And if you look at what the Biden administration has done, it's remarkable. We've created over 5 million jobs since January 20th. Jobless claims are at a 50-year low. Joe Biden got a major bipartisan infrastructure bill passed, as well as the American Rescue Plan. There's a lot to run on coming this November.
Well, as you know, he is trying to get his Build Back Better plan passed in this new year. And that comes after talks really broke apart with, of course, the critical vote with Senator Joe Manchin just before the holiday. And the senator has reportedly said that he will not support Build Back Better if it includes the child tax credit, which is expiring in a matter of weeks. So my question for you, would you support Build Back Better if it didn't include the child tax credit?
I believe the House will pass what the Senate passes. And I do believe a version of Build Back Better will pass. And that's because overwhelming majorities of American people and poll after poll support the Build Back Better Act, which is going to lead to lower elder care costs, lower prescription drug costs, and lower child care costs.
But Congressman, let me just push you. Are you willing to support it if it doesn't include the child tax credit?
I will support what the U.S. Senate passes back to the House in terms of Build Back Better Act. And whatever Joe Biden and Joe Manchin negotiate and whatever they agree to, I will support that.
Okay. Congressman Ted Lieu, really appreciate your time. Thank you.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see what happens here. I don't know if they don't pass it with the child tax credits. I think they'd lose a lot of votes in the House and probably wouldn't be able to pass it. We have millions and millions of people calling for stimulus checks in addition to that. I also think that there's going to be a large movement this year for Social Security increases. We have the Social Security 2100 Act going on here this year, and I think there's going to be multiple different things here to push for Social Security increases in addition to the 5.9% cost of living adjustment that has already happened. That's locked in. I've seen a lot of people that said, so one quick note here on the Social Security increase, okay? So first of all, some people are just getting their payments now. Make sure you got your payments. And remember that the Medicare Part B went up by, what was that, about $21.50. So if you're paying for Medicare, remember that Medicare Part B went up by $21.50. So you do have to keep that into mind if you're paying for Medicare, that went up from $148.50 to $170. Okay, so keep that into mind if you're paying for Medicare Part B and you're looking at your raise for Social Security, SSI or SSDI or anything like that. Okay. But I have seen a lot of comments of people saying they got their check. If you got your check on the first, second, or third here today, and you didn't get your Social Security raise, okay? But if you legitimately didn't get your raise, call the Social Security office. Also, I've seen a lot of comments here just to clear that up, that the Social Security changes for that Social Security schedule that we showed on the screen will not change anybody's old payment schedule. Okay, I think we've cleared that up here. I cleared that up in the last video, and a lot of people have commented on it. A lot of people called Social Security. I just want to kind of reconfirm that. They're not going to be changing anybody's payment schedules for Social Security. If you're already on a payment schedule, they're not going to be changing your payment schedule. Those are the kind of payment schedules for new people or payment schedules for Social Security payments that are for people kind of already on that payment schedule. So I think we cleared that up in the last video. Just want to re-clear that up for you guys as well. Also, a big day here in the stock market, particularly for Tesla stock. Tesla stock, the electric car maker, was up over 13% today, which is tremendous for a one-day gain. Tesla stock's one of the largest stocks out there, as they reported delivering over 308,000 electric vehicles in the fourth quarter alone. Electric vehicles, they say, is the future. I actually own some Tesla stock as well, and up 13% here today. A huge, huge gain. Yeah, Tesla smashes quarterly delivery record of 308,000 cars. A huge gain for Tesla stock today. Both the Dow Jones and the S&P 500 today broke records. I believe they're both at record highs, if not very, very close for both of them. The S&P 500 is at 4,796.56 today, These are the 1-year charts for both of them, and the S&P finished up just under 27% up for the year here. So there's about 50% of Americans that have money in the stock market now, whether it's just through owning individual stocks, whether through owning a index fund, whether it's through a 401k, whether it's through your pension. The majority of pensions are actually invested in stocks. Pensions, 401k, individual stockholders, 27% for the S&P 500, which is the top 500 largest companies in the United States here. So what's crazy is that this is why we call it a K-shaped recovery, is that stocks and people that are well-to-do are doing well. That's the K. So here's the recovery. The K is doing well. That's the upper part of the K. That's the economy that's doing well. And the lower part of the recovery is the people that are not doing well. That's the low income people. That's the fixed income people, people that make minimum wage. We did just see 26 states that raised their minimum wage. But this is why they call it a K-shaped recovery. There's one part of the recovery that's doing well. Stocks have been doing well for quite a while. And we have the other part of the recovery where people are struggling. People that are on fixed income, Social Security, SSI, SSDI, people that have to survive on $800 a month and are disabled, can't work anymore, already worked for 30 or 40 years and are now, past their working age, or disabled, or just can't work anymore. That's where inflation is really hurting a lot of people, and that's where the virus is hurting a lot of people. I mean, think about millions and millions of people right now who can't go to work because they're in quarantine. And that's where this K-shaped recovery is really exacerbating this problem. We have millions of people right now that are in quarantine. We had 2 million people test positive, probably getting closer to 3 million people here just in a matter of a few days. So it's crazy here. It's crazy here. We're at a 300,000 plus 7-day average of people testing positive per day. This does not include at-home tests. If you go buy an at-home test from Walmart and you look at it and it says positive, quarantine, nobody knows about that. That's not reported to a hospital. That's not reported to the government. Think about how many tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of people are doing that. Millions of people, right? Nobody knows about those. They're not reported. You don't mail that back in and say, ta-da, I was positive. So who knows how many people are actually really testing positive? And you've seen that report in Washington, D.C., 13% of people are positive in Washington, D.C. So if you go to the grocery store, 13% of people on average are positive. Now, of course, they're supposed to be at home quarantining, so that's just kind of an analogy there, right? But it's just it's tough out here, tough out here for a G, right? Yeah, I'm a kid from the '90s, right? So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what happens here. We're in a new year, 2020, right? Our motto here on the channel: be kind and be positive. And the be positive part is what we got to do. We're starting a new year, 2020, and I'll keep you up to date with everything going on here with this Build Back Better package, this potential stimulus package because of the virus. We have a lot of states doing a lot of things as well, and I'm going to keep you up to date on that. We have mortgage assistance, rental assistance, and utility assistance where you can get up to 12 months of your rent paid. You can get up to $80,000 of mortgage assistance if you're a homeowner, and $1,500 of utility assistance as well. I have links down for you below in the description of this video on how to get that. Those are available for you guys right now. I have had literally thousands, probably tens of thousands of people that have told me they have gotten rent assistance, mortgage assistance, and utility assistance. It's available in almost every single state. A couple of the states have the rent assistance a little bit behind. The mortgage assistance is just becoming available, and the utility assistance, I think, is available in all the states. I'll link you to a video here in a moment. You can also check out the links down below in the description of this video, which you kind of have to click on the little down arrow next to the title to open up the description. But make sure you subscribe to this channel down below. Click the subscribe button if you haven't yet. so you don't miss out on new videos. It's completely free to do so. So you don't miss out. New videos come out here every day at 10 a.m., 3 p.m., and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I'll keep you up to date on all new stimulus programs that come out here to date. You can click here to watch my newest video next. And this video is about rent assistance, mortgage assistance, and utility assistance. So click on one of those videos next. Thanks, guys, and I will see you in the next video.